Welcome. I am Dr. Jason Henderson. I'm excited to be with you again as we get prepared for Juneteenth 2021. We're excited because it's a national holiday. And now we really get the chance to recognize this special day, June 19th, 1865. Finally, in the state of Texas, they become aware that the Africans that were enslaved were now liberated. And with that liberty, we're going to have a jubilation and we're going to recognize Black authors and we're going to recognize Black literacy for Juneteenth. And I have with me Miss Dr. Ashley Little, who is going to come and she's going to be a panelist for Juneteenth. And she's also going to come talking about her 14 bestsellers. I got 14 bestsellers. So I want to welcome Dr. Ashley Little. How are you doing today?
I am great. Thank you, Dr. Henderson, for this amazing opportunity to be here today. So I'm super excited about the event that's coming up. Thank you.
Yes, me too. I'm so excited that we have a superstar lineup that's going to go on. We're going to have discussions about screenwriting. We're going to have discussions about songwriting. That's right. We're getting people together and being able to move in the multifacets of writing. We have journalists who are going to be joining us. We have authors, novelists, self-help writers, all types of people who are going to be sharing with you strategies on how you can learn how to read and write and to amplify and take your platform to a new level. So we're happy to have with us Dr. Ashley Little. You are a journalist. You're a journalist. How did you get inspired to become a journalist and doing the things that you're doing right now? You're doing some amazing things.
Thank you. I've been writing all my life, so I was destined to be an author and a journalist. It was just part of it. But I really got my start a couple years ago when I was part of a collaboration book, when I really shared my story with the world. The name of my chapter was "Dear Fear, You Can't Have My Power."
Woo!
I talked about, discrimination that I went through as a corporate executive in corporate America. I talked about depression that I went through, my grandfather, dying. And so I talked about a lot of different things. And really by sharing my story, I've created multiple companies out of that. I'm a TEDx speaker, international speaker. It has put me in rooms where my degree could not put me in rooms, okay? So it has opened so many doors. I tell anyone, share your story. There is power in your story, and your story matters.
Yes, you are changing the narrative for Black people in America. All of the authors that are coming, we have some dynamic authors in the list. I hope you get a chance to peek into some of the other authors and hearing about what they write about. We have martial artists who are coming. We have novelists, self-help authors. We have technical writers, all lined up for Juneteenth because we're talking about a time where anti-literacy laws were keeping Africans who were enslaved from reading and writing. With having that liberty, how does it make you feel that you are now a author, 14-time bestseller?
It's amazing, because there's so much power in us, putting our pen to paper, right? There's so much power in our voices and being able to share it. If you want to learn something, you have to pick up a book, right? A lot of knowledge is in a book, right? And
That's
so
right.
with us writing these books and sharing our stories and really changing that narrative of the Black community, because we don't share our stories enough, right? And so it's time for us to leave our legacy, right? And put our stories to paper and share them so we can have legacy to leave for years and years to come.
You talk about legacy.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Juneteenth, we're going to look to the next legacy, our children's children. And I read in a good book that it talks about you should leave an inheritance for your children's children. And you mentioned it in legacy. What kind of legacy do you want to leave?
Hey, I want to leave a legacy that, by sharing our stories, by really reaching back and creating tables for others, that we could really change the world, okay? And so I get my happiness from serving others and helping others, right? And
Yeah.
reaching back to bring others with you. My thing is, you're not a true leader if you're not bringing other people with you. Okay. And so that's the legacy I want to leave, that I'm a servant, leader, and really helping others, build their tables and create their own tables as well. Because there's room for all of us at the table and we can all win.
Yeah, being able to build leaders, and you've gotten that opportunity. Now, I understand that you are a graduate of one of the HBCUs. Now, I want to allow you to tell everybody about the love you have for your HBCU. What's the name of that school you went
Absolutely.
to?
I am a proud alumni of North Carolina A&T State University, the number one HBCU in the country, Aggie Pride.
Yes, I seen that track team and they were kicking butt.
Yes.
They got one of the champions at the 4x4 relay. Amazing. Things are happening down there in Aggie country. I want to share with you that for this event, we're going to have a discussion about the role of the HBCU that played for advancement for the African Americans in America. We're going to have discussion about fraternities and sororities and their role in advancement for African Americans. And then we're going to have Black authors, journalists, their role for the advancement of Black education in America. Tell us why they're important for us to have those discussions.
Because we have to be able to, especially in the media, right? They highlight the Black community. They don't highlight the positive aspect of the Black community enough, right? And so we have to build our own media platforms and highlight our people, right? And
Amen.
so that's why yes, and that's how I creating your seat at the table media platform. I had the show where I highlight giants in their industry who are really building and creating their tables nationally and internationally. And I also have took it further and created my magazine, Creating Your Seat at the Table International Magazine, where I highlight amazing people really sharing solutions and tools on how they got it, how they did it, their successes, and their failures to help that growing entrepreneur that you might not have access to some of these people like Les Brown, Dr. George Frazier, Dr. Will Morling, people who are really building and creating their seat at the table, but they're not just talking about their wins, they're talking about their losses too. But the difference is they didn't quit. And so that's why I created this platform to share these stories.
I really appreciate it. The platforms that where you were able to rise up unto, you have ancestors, people that have helped you, shoulders of giants that you stand on. We're going to have a moment that where we're going to pour out libation into Mother Earth for those who have come before us. I can't wait to call out Lois Moore, and I can't wait to call out Laney Moore, my grandparents who have gone through the struggle. Who are you going to call out?
Hey, I'm going to call out my great grandfather who was a part of World War II, James C. Martin. He's deceased now. He lived to be 93 years old. So I'm going to call him out because he was a very powerful person in my life who really helped mold me into the person I am today.
Oh, wow. Having someone in our family, people who have gone through the fight and may not have seen us get to where we are, you have gotten to amazing heights. Now, from what I understand, I think I read somewhere or we talked about you're a campus queen.
Yes, I am. I am a former queen. I am, and I'm also a proud member of Delta Sigma Sorority Incorporated as well. So, hey, I enjoy my HBCU experience. It has molded me and it has gave me so much. And I can't explain enough how I love giving back because it gave me so much, and that's what it's about.
I agree, man. Having a narrative, my experience in my HBCU allowed me to write a screenplay about it. And I can't wait for it to come forth. I can't wait for, the work that I put forward. But you have 14 bestsellers. I know you have to have a baby. You got to have a baby you love to talk about. Which one of these books are you going to talk about?
Well, my baby is the HBCU Experience Movement LLC. We are a collection of stories from permanent HBCU alumni throughout the world, sharing our stories of how our HBCU has molded us into the people that we are today. I created the movement and company to increase HBCU enrollment and to increase young alumni giving. I'm working directly with HBCUs, creating partnerships and endowments. We've done about 8 schools so far. Our goal is to touch all 107. We've created 265 authors, and we've gave back over $35,000 in endowments, in partnerships with our
Wow,
HBCU.
that's
So we're going to
amazing.
keep going.
That's right. That's right. Listen, if you're an author out there and you are aspiring author, you want to learn about Dr. Ashley Little because you have other services to offer besides being a writer. Tell us about those other services that you offer.
Yes, Dr. Henderson, I am a serial entrepreneur, and so I have Ashley Little Enterprises, and that consists of the media, book coaching, publishing, and some consulting. I also have Creating Your Seat at the Table media platform, talked about that, as well as Little Publishing LLC, where I help aspiring authors, new authors, and seasoned authors
We
develop their manuscripts, become best-selling authors, market and monetize their brands. I have the HBCU Experience Movement, and then I have Talk Radio and TV Network, where I help people, create their own podcasts and radio shows and TV shows to really help them build their brands around that, because we all need a voice and we all need to be able to share it and be able to share it with others. So it's all full circle with me, with helping others create their seat at the table and serving others.
I like how you say it's full circle for you. Juneteenth. Juneteenth gives us an opportunity to look at our past and light a candle for our future generation. If you're going to light a candle for that next generation, if you wanted to spark a light in someone a youngster who might be watching this, or somebody who may join us for Juneteenth, what would you tell someone who is in high school today about encourage them to become a writer or to become an author or to improve in their scholastic attributes?
I would tell them there's no limit to get
Oh
started.
man,
Whatever you want to write, whatever you want to do, whether you want to be a filmmaker, whether you want to write a screenplay,
amen,
whether you
amen.
want to own multiple companies, do it. There is no limits. I know people say the sky's the limit. There is no limits. Okay. It's so much Black excellence, and then also I would tell them, attend an HBCU. You wouldn't have to do it for all your degrees, but at least go for one of your degrees. Okay. It's nothing like that HBCU experience. So that's what I would tell them.
Oh man, you're on fire, guys. If you're listening, you want to reach out and find Dr. Ashley Little. How can they find you? Where are you located? Where's your social media? How can they find you?
Yes, I live here in Nashville, Tennessee. You all can check my websites out at www.ashleylittlenterprises.com and www.thehbcuexperiencemovement.com. I'm on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little and on Facebook at Dr. Ashley Little. So I look forward to working with you, and I want to help as many writers as I can so we can change this narrative and start sharing and document our stories. We got to document our stories. Everyone loves to tell our stories. We are the people that can tell our stories. Can't nobody tell them like us.
Right. That's right. Hey, you know what? I'm so excited to have you a part of this event. You are
Yes.
an amazing ambassador for those who are students at HBCUs, those who are in sororities. You have a voice for those who are in your profession and just Black people. You are changing the narrative with everything that you are putting your hands towards. And we pray that God continues to bless you, Dr. Little. We want to make sure that as you are with us, that we stay in network with one another. I'm going to give you the last words. What do you want to share to the people who are out there about just Juneteenth and yourself? You got the last words.
Awesome. First, I want to give God all the credit because I take no credit. He gets all the credit. And I'm just thankful for you and Kim, Dr. Henderson, and Kimberly Frazier for this amazing platform. You all are really breaking glass ceilings. I'm so excited to be a part. can't wait to see what you all are going to continue to do. This is just the beginning, right? This is just the beginning.
Yes.
And so I'm excited to see that because we're better together. When we work together and when we really collaborate together, so many amazing things can happen. And so I would tell everybody we all can win. Make sure you all are definitely supporting this amazing platform. You are getting a lot for $10. Okay, he's giving you a lot of access to people that you wouldn't have access to for $10. So go purchase your ticket.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. We are excited. The proceeds from what we get from this event, what we're doing, a portion goes to the kids that are learning martial arts. We work with children with autism, and we work with children in underserved community who have autism. And so we're excited about it. We're building off of our documentary. We're moving into our film industry, and we're excited about it. We want to thank Dr. Ashley Little for being with us. Guys, you heard it from her directly. Buy your ticket. We will see you Juneteenth. Thank you, Dr. Little, for joining us.
Thank you.